Hello, welcome back to our IT Lindy course, Module 5, Part 2. So far we have covered few modules and we arrived to Module 5. So getting started with PowerShell, quick intro, then overview, then pipeline and formatting, and now we are at data structure and export import. Okay, then later on we'll do remoting WMI AD Exchange SQL. We already covered module 12 as well. And again, back to module 5, writing and formatting output. Previous lesson we covered using formatting with commands out and write. For today we will do redirection. Redirection, by default, Windows PowerShell sends its command output to the Windows PowerShell console. However, you can direct the output to a text file and you can direct the error output to a regular out stream. Very basic examples. You go star 1 to 5, either all output, success output, error, warning, message, verbose output. So some commands that is output, and then you can direct based on your requirements. Okay. So Windows PowerShell redirection operation enable you to send particular type of output file to a file and to the success output stream. So string variations. We have strings, and we have literal strings, variable strings, here strings, and special character. Then we got the backtick, the script block. With PowerShell, performs the job for both interactive shell and scripting language. Shell and script text command are parsed into a machine understandable form before they can be executed. Parsing involves converting command text into symbols by lexical analyzer or tokenizer, which are in turn interpreted using PowerShell language rules. PowerShell uses parsing rule to make context-sensitive decision when processing token from either script or shell. In PowerShell, a string is a sequence of 16-bit Unicode character, and it is directly implemented, which means string type with PowerShell is Unicode that can be effectively contain characters from every language in the world. The encoding used in string is obviously important in international environment. If you are interested in nitty-gritty details of using System.String, you can check with Microsoft DevOps about it. About Unicode or the Go library, online libraries, to cover all of these characteristics of this part. But there are a couple of characteristics that string in PowerShell inherit from underlying .NET strings. They can also be arbitrary long, and they are immutable. The content of string can be copied but cannot be changed, which is a different to other programming language I've dealt with before. Let's dive into this in more details. So these are the 5 types. We're going to just cover them one by one. However, maybe not in one session. We will start and we cover each one of them in a session. So first is literal string. Literal strings do not expand variables and are called non-expandable strings. Literal strings cannot evaluate embedded expression. literal strings can contain any character, include special characters. To use quote inside a string, the only way is to double up the quote. Also inside the literal string, variables are not expanded. They are displayed literally as type. Also of special note is that the grave character or the apostrophe is not an escape character and cannot be used to embed special character. To be able to create a literal string, you put the string inside set of single quote, as you can see on that example. Okay, hope it makes sense to you. Let's jump to the next part. Variable strings. Variable strings do not expand variables and are also called expandable strings. Sub-expression in variable string gets evaluated and returned as a string, as you can see on the example. In addition, it is expandable, and to being able to expand the context, which will allow for sub-expressions. To be able to use a sub-expression inside a string, you have to start with $, and then open set of, I don't know what we call them, smooth brackets, maybe call them something else. However, the statement or expression is often contained inside the round bracket. This cannot be only the simple expression, but however, it could be complex and might contain inside the bracket itself. Next is the sub-expression. Sub-expressions are often used to access properties and embedded into a string. Sub-expressions and expandable strings in general are evaluated only at the time of the assignment. Why is $P translated to System.Diagnostics? Because another use of it is to extract the value of a property to display. This sometimes I personally use a lot. It saves the steps of creating additional variable to contain the value of the property before is displaying it. One thing to note when dealing with expandable strings and sub-expression, that the string is evaluated at the time of the assignment. This means that any value in the expression or string are set only once, then simply printed out whenever it's referred to. This may require the string to be reassigned to dynamic behavior. It could be more complex. Sub-expression are possible also. That very basic example, or it could be number 1 through 10 and $, for every $I equal 1, then add the counter I with algorithm maybe and I++, and then maybe it will result like ascending or descending. Anyway, this is what I had for you for today. Let's do a quick recap. For module 5 part 2, we spoke about redirection via version 3. Then we move towards string variation, and we start with literal strings and variable strings. And for the next session will be the here strings. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you at part 3. Goodbye.